What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. So we actually have two leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home we're going to talk about in conjunction today. The first of which, a VFX leak that seems to detail the entirety of the plot. Based on what we've already heard about the film may hold some legitimacy. We're going to read through it word for word, try to break it down, annotate, and contextualize it where we can, of course, issue the normal spoiler warning. The second of which, and you guys may have seen this rumor going around already, that Willem Dafoe, in fact, filmed a scene for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that was cut that relates to Spider-Man No Way Home. I actually want to debunk this leak in its entirety. So the first one, we're going to read through it and talk about it. The second one, we're going to read through, but I'm going to debunk it. There is no way there's any legitimacy to that, and I'm going to explain why. We're going to break down both of these leaks for Spider-Man No Way Home and how they pertain to Willem Dafoe, possibly as the main villain of the upcoming film. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers. We just announced the 800K winner a couple of weeks ago. We're also giving away Disney Plus subscriptions every Friday while the shows are live, as well as a ton of other Marvel prizes. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. And if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So first up, as is customary here at the channel, whenever we cover anonymous leaks of this kind, please remember to take anything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. However, these anonymous 4chan plot leaks have sometimes been right on the money and spoiled huge details for upcoming franchises. So if this is in any way going to ruin the upcoming Marvel Phase 4 or Spider-Man No Way Home for you, only you know if you're susceptible to this kind of thing, you might want to back out now. Also, please remember that 4chan is not always a safe site, that the text for these leaks generally make their way over to Reddit within a couple of days, but I also have the text for you here and I'm going to overlay it. Just keep that in mind if you go searching for these on your own. You've now been warned. Let's jump into the first leak. Spider-Man No Way Home VFX leak by Anonymous, posted to 4chan within the last couple of days, and it reads as follows. The movie begins with a courtroom cold open. Charlie Cox, as Matt Murdock, is attempting to clear Peter's name. He takes the case for obvious reasons. Witnesses testify that Peter has often been present at major Spider-Man sightings, DC and London. Court is adjourned, and Matt Murdock doesn't believe that they have much of a chance and fears for Peter as well as his reputation. Peter has an idea, and the film cuts to the doors of the Sanctum Sanctorum. Doctor Strange opens a door, and the Marvel intro plays. Peter pleads with Strange to alter reality to make the world forget he's been outed as Spider-Man. Strange claims that the multiverse is incredibly volatile at the moment. We later learn this is because of Mysterio, more on that later, but he accepts the request anyways. After that, there's a trippy scene similar to the ones in Doctor Strange and Far From Home, and the whole thing goes wrong, and a bunch of old Spider-Man villains, along with Tobey and Andrew, apparate around New York. Strange can see it in a vision and yells a quick explanation to Peter that something's gone wrong before Strange gets trapped back in a faulty multiversal rift he created. Mysterio has been learning actual magic from a currently unknown dark sorcerer that'll be revealed in a post-credit scene. He uses his newfound power to brainwash the multiverse villains, Dafoe, MOLINA, and Fox, with their mission to steal the giant arc reactor from underground, what's now known as the Oscorp Tower. Since Homecoming, Oscorp is now the energy division of Stark Industries, led by Norman Osborn, which will later break away from the company in another move. Mysterio also recruits Vulture and Scorpion, forming the Sinister Six. Mysterio's current failed attempts at multiverse manipulation is what's causing it to be unstable, so he needs the arc reactor in order to fuse the magic and tech, granting him godlike multiversal abilities. He knows it's possible due to his time at Stark Industries. The original giant arc reactor was built with the help of the Tesseract. Happy, May, MJ, and Ned are also transported along with Strange through the Spider multiverse, since they're the only ones with knowledge of Spider-Man's identity. They eventually reach a post-apocalyptic New York ruled by Mysterio, with the streets patrolled by his drones. It's presumed by Strange to be a possible future vision of the main timeline. The universe Mysterio aims to merge with the main universe. Just like Mysterio, Strange needs the arc reactor in that universe to stabilize the multiverse so they can get back home and stop the Sinister Six. While all this is going on, Peter and the other two Spider-Men are also plotting a takedown of the Six. There were some serious and slightly emotional scenes where they discuss what it means to be Spider-Man. Eventually, they battle over the arc reactor, and Spider-Man are just about down and out before Strange shows up and finishes off the Sinister Six, although Spider-Man of course are integral to the finishing blow. The villains are either locked up or sent back to their home universes. Peter comes to terms with the world knowing his identity, and he, along with his friends, become instant celebrities. Strange vows to keep a watchful eye over any threats to Spider-Man and his family and friends. Toby and Andrew eventually get back to their own reality as well. Mid-credit scenes is Peter, MJ, Ned, and Betty on a double date getting interrupted by some fans. Post-credit scene involves Mephisto and Scarlet Witch setting up the Multiverse of Madness. Now, as I've said many times here at the channel, when you get plot leaks that come later after a ton of other leaks, often you can just compile all that information, add a little bit of your own fan fiction, and voila, you have a plot leak. We've already heard a lot about the possible involvement of the Sinister Six and the introduction of Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn. In fact, real recently, when a fellow YouTuber tweeted out about his cameo, industry insider Daniel Rickman actually tweeted back and said it's more than a cameo, and in other leaks we've heard the same thing, that Willem Dafoe, Norman Osborn, is actually the main villain of this upcoming film, which is what leads us directly to our next leak and rumor that I wanted to cover in this video and debunk in its entirety. This made its way around the internet within the last 24 hours, so let's read through it and then let's talk about why there's absolutely zero possibility that there is any truth to this at all. It starts by saying, "Hello there, call me Mr. Fuel Leak. I am here to report about a cut scene from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Said scene would feature Willem Dafoe back as Norman Osborn and would introduce Oscorp to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. While I don't work at Marvel Studios and Disney, I have contact with sources close to Marvel Studios and Disney for a while. Said sources have shared leaks that have come true in the past, so these people are quite trustworthy, and I'm sharing this on 4chan. So let's talk about the scene itself. The scene would take place after Sharon Carter is given the pardon. She finishes talking to her quote-unquote mystery contact, and here's where things take a turn. The episode would have originally ended with the camera panning back to the American flag. It would have cut to Norman Osborn. He's who's on the phone. Willem Dafoe, back as Norman Osborn, would hang up on Sharon Carter saying, "I'll talk to her later." The scene would cut to Norman Osborn looking at something which emits green light. Norman Osborn says, "and so it begins," and the scene would cut to another outside Oscorp building, which would be revealed to be the old Avengers Tower. Now, that other leak that we just read, the VFX leak, said that's what would be the case, and we've also heard a ton of other leaks and industry insiders talking about Willem Dafoe being the main bad and setting up the Sinister Six for No Way Home. But when they would have shot and written the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, this would not have been lined up. In fact, all of these reprisals of these old Spider-Man roles, ALFRED Molina, Jamie Foxx, now Willem Dafoe, that didn't crop up until the end of last year, around December or January of this year. So that being said, Falcon and the Winter Soldier would have been written and sent to pre-development. We're talking about a year and a half, maybe almost 20 months before this ever came to materialize. There is no way in the world they wrote Willem Dafoe into a post-credit scene. And if any of this had materialized, when it did, when we were reporting on it back in December of last year, January of this year, it would have been far too late for them to try to include a post-credit scene with Willem Dafoe. In fact, there's no way they would have even opened up that door and that reveal at the end of something as grounded as the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was focused on this MCU timeline and Sam Wilson's taking the mantle of Captain America. Yes, I know a lot of YouTubers and other super sleuths on the internet have pointed out that the grenade in the final episode was green, and whatever sort of tech was used to lock the doors on those trucks was super strong. It took many hits from Bucky's vibranium arm to get it off. Yes, this is very interesting tech. Some people have pointed to the green glowing as, hey, that's Green Goblin, it's Oscorp, and maybe even some truth to that. Let's pretend there's some truth to that. But it doesn't mean that they shot a scene with Willem Dafoe, because this is all secondary stuff. There's no way that they were bringing in Norman Osborn, and there's no way she was on the phone with Norman Osborn. If you listen to that scene, quite frankly, I know a lot of discussion has been made, but it is my belief that she was just talking to one of her subordinates. This is just one of the people who work for her. It's not meant to be another huge big bad. She wasn't actually talking to the quote-unquote real power broker or a Skrull. She is the power broker. She's the one that's in charge, and most likely this post-credit scene was just meant to set her up as integral and a villain to the upcoming Armor Wars, or it turns out she's a Skrull and it's part of Secret Invasion. Part of Spider-Man No Way Home, the introduction of Willem Dafoe, And the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Absolutely not. Some of these leaks are hard to believe in the first place, and as I said right after the prologue, remember to take it all with a grain of salt. It's all entertainment and speculation. A lot of us really like this stuff, find it interesting, and we go over it, but when something's just downright false, when it just doesn't make any sense, like Willem Dafoe having shot a post-credit scene for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then you kind of got to call it what it is, which is total nonsense, and I really hate that some people are trying to purposely mislead others with posting this kind of crap when there's just really no truth to it at all. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. A, the introduction of the Sinister Six and what you thought about this plot leak, but B, if you agree with me that no, Willem Dafoe did not shoot a scene of any kind for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's nonsense. Let me know all your thoughts down below, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers, as well as Disney Plus subscriptions every Friday while the shows are live. Yeah, we'll keep doing it in between Loki and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, as well as announcing some brand new MCU prizes. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be selected and announced at the end of videos the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content is, of course, to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Twitter and Instagram under I Am Fires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, and all other platforms with original music under the name All Fires. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.